Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would talk to you guys about 7 things I keep putting off. Let's get started and talk about it. It's all about procrastination. When I looked up this series on YouTube to see if other people were talking about it, many of them give fantastic advice on how to handle it if you do procrastinate. Well, guess what? I have things that I like to avoid because it brings me discomfort, and I wanted to talk to you guys about those 7 things and then tell you what I'm going to do about it. So the first one would be difficult reading material or anything that I find boring, something that would require more thought. I enjoy things coming easy to me, so something like a book that's what I call a stiff read. And I recently took a class on brain health, and it was very scientific, and it just actually was not that interesting to me. So I tend to avoid things like that, and so that would be one thing I kind of put off, is if it's something difficult. Another example would be I wanted to read some classic books, and I started reading Wuthering Heights. Well, I got about a chapter into it, and it just didn't keep my interest, and I gave up kind of early on it. So I notice difficult tasks or things that I find have an element of boringness, I tend to give up easily on. Number 2, learning something new. For example, technology, any of that. I tend to do things the same way all the time and don't branch out and have an open mind to learning new ways of doing things and learning new skills. I am, however, getting a lot better about that, and as a matter of fact, I am learning right now on how to do a call center, and that way that will develop skills for me that may be useful for my future. So I am branching out in terms of learning new skills, which is really good. Number 3, and this is another one, and I'll give you an example. Have you ever purchased something new? It doesn't matter what it is. Let's say it's a new washing machine, new refrigerator, something you have to put together, and it comes with an instruction booklet. It doesn't matter what that item is. I know that the instruction booklets to me tend to be really thick and a lot of words. I know that it would be good to learn everything you can from that instruction booklet, so you learn how that item you have works, but I tend to avoid reading those because it just seems like it's so thick and overwhelming. It would be better for me if they would send you a DVD that you can watch and learn from, since I tend to be more of a visual learner. Number 4, returning certain phone calls. For example, I get a lot of phone calls, a lot of business and personal, and I love talking to many people, but some folks I don't enjoy talking to as much because they tend to be doom and gloom, or it's really hard to get them off the phone, and that would be the kind of person that I may not just be really excited to call back. Number 5, deep cleaning. Yes, I do keep our house up, and everyone in my house helps out. We all have certain chores, and all 3 of us do household chores. But I know that sometimes there's things that need a deeper cleaning. For example, my dishwasher really needed a deep cleaning. That's where you take the filter out and clean that out. I just did that over the last weekend, but it was something I avoided doing because it's not something you can do in 5 minutes. Something like also like cleaning the oven. Just doing regular cleaning, no big deal, but sometimes you need to do deep cleaning projects and you just need to get in there and do it. Number 6, certain repairs. Yes, I know that I have put off foundation. I am getting it done this year. I know many of you are wondering why. Instead of asking me, I promise that when I do it, which will be in 2021 that it will be done, I will let you guys know and I will do a video on. So no need to ask about it. I promise I'll let you guys know. I let you guys know almost everything going on around here. Number 7, anything medical or dental. There for a while I knew I needed my wisdom teeth out. I did go get that done and it was no big deal. Now, why do I avoid some of these things? Okay, a few of them, like the certain repairs, medical, dental, part of the reason why is cost. For example, if you know how much something's going to cost, it's no big deal. But when you don't know what you're looking at and you have no idea of the cost, sometimes a little fear factor comes in there, and then we tend to avoid it because we're afraid of what the cost is. But one of my friends told me something I thought was brilliant. She said, an example, let's say it's a home repair that you know you need done, but you keep putting it off. You could always have an estimate and have somebody come out. It doesn't mean you have to have it done right that minute, but you're at least finding out what your options are. And I thought that was brilliantly said. Medical, I just have never really enjoyed going to the dentist and the doctor. and I only generally go if I need to. That's part of it. Plus, it's kind of like opening up a can of worms. I'm always afraid that if they look at you, they're going to say, oh, you should get this done, and this done, and this done, and this done, and this done. And so I kind of wonder, will it be never ending? And difficult tasks, I just get bored easily, and it takes a lot to keep my interest going. Because I have a shorter attention span. Learning something new, I think it's kind of, I get fearful, and some things I tend to be a slower learner, and I may be afraid to ask questions, so that may be it on some of that. And so this is just some of the reasons why. What am I going to work on? I'm going to work a little bit more on learning something new, technology. That would be something that would have the most benefit for my life right now. What I want to ask you guys is there anything you avoid because it's unpleasant or it's boring or maybe there's some fear there? It could be any reason why. If there's anything in your life that you've been avoiding, ask yourself, is it really important to you? If it is, perhaps you could take some small steps to manage it and do something about that. I don't think it's all about the big steps. If we just start branching out, getting outside of our comfort zone in little baby steps, I think we all could accomplish a lot. So my question for you today is, what are you procrastinating on? What are you avoiding? And are you willing right now to take action? Or is it something you want to think about at another time? And if it is, that's okay too. That's all I have to say for now. I hope this video was encouraging. I love you, I appreciate you, and like always, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.